There's something that's both sacred and magical about the moment before a message arrives. That quiet space when the heart wonders whether it's ready to hear what it already knows. So before we go into what's here for you today, I want you to slow down. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, and notice the way your body holds memory. Not just in the mind, but in the chest, the breath, and the spine. If you're here, it's because a part of you is still tethered to someone who is no longer in this physical world. Someone whose absence didn't just leave a void, it rearranged who you are. And maybe the world has stopped checking in on you. Maybe people think that you're functioning. Maybe you laugh, you work, you show up, get things done, and yet grief still visits when the room goes quiet. Not every loss fades, and not every goodbye feels final. And sometimes the heart knows something the mind refuses to believe. Love does not end with death. This reading, this moment, is for the version of you that still reaches for that connection with your loved one on the other side. Not to escape the pain, but because you can still feel them close. That pull, that flicker, that presence. So as we step into this message, don't evaluate it. Don't question whether it's meant for you. If you're here, it already is. Just listen. Not with logic, but with the part of you that aches for them to return. There is a haunting familiarity in the energy of this spread. A story of love, a story of loss, of hesitation, and unfinished emotion. It feels like something stopped abruptly, a connection that was interrupted, a goodbye that never got to form fully, a departure that didn't feel aligned with time. You've been trying to make sense of it all, replaying moments, words, silences, gestures, things you said, the things you didn't say. There is so much you never got to express, not because you didn't want to, but because you thought that there would be more time. And now there's a part of you that has become cautious. You move through life like someone balancing what they feel with what they fear, and you try to protect yourself. Your heart learned the cost of loving deeply, and the part of you that once moved boldly now steps carefully. But the presence reaching through this reading, the one that is tied to you, wants you to know something. Your loved one on the other side is saying, you did not break me and you did not fail me. What happened was not a reflection of what you deserved. It wasn't punishment. It wasn't imbalance. It wasn't your fault. They wish deeply that life had allowed more time, more softness, more honesty, more I love you, spoken without fear or delay. There's regret, not in the afterlife, but in memory. There's a feeling of, I held back, I didn't show enough, I didn't say enough, I didn't know how to let you fully see what you meant to me. And now, from the other side, their voice is clearer than it was ever in this lifetime. They want to reach into the places where grief hardened into self-protection so that they can soften them. They have watched you hold on and hold back at the same time. Watched you feel connection but sabotage it before it forms. Watched you want love but fear the cost of losing it again. They understand that now. And the message is gentle but firm. Your loved one on the other side is saying you are still allowed to love. Losing me does not mean you're destined to lose everyone. Something inside of you stopped expanding after their departure. A part of you froze, suspended between memory and survival. But life, this living world, is calling you forward again, not to forget, not to replace, but to continue, because the love you shared with them wasn't meant to be the end of your story. It was meant to be one of the great awakenings of your soul. And now the oracle energy opens wider like a second breath. The theme of death rites reversed comes forward first. This tells me there was not a clean goodbye, not emotionally, spiritually, or physically perhaps. Maybe you couldn't be there. Maybe it happened too fast, or maybe something about the timing felt wrong, unfinished, or cruelly incomplete. You still carry unspoken ritual, unexpressed closure, a moment that never happened. Your loved one knows this, and they whisper to you from the other side, you didn't need a ceremony to be mine. Connection was already sacred. Then the energy shifts to something softer, toward the word natural. There is something here about authenticity, about you beginning to return to yourself, not the version the world needs, not the version who is strong, but the version who feels, who cries, who remembers, who still loves in the present tense. You are learning to be human again, not numb, not armored, but real. And though it may feel raw, that is healing. The next energy isn't fear, but memory. This is where dreams, visitations, and spiritual echoes appear. You may wake suddenly in the night with a feeling of presence, or maybe even a sense that someone was in the room with you. You may dream of your loved one on the other side vividly, then not dream of them at all for months and wonder why. Your loved one on the other side is saying, when the veil is thin, I come. When your heart is overwhelmed, I wait. They are not gone. They adjust to what you can emotionally hold at the moment. The hunter energy comes next, not aggressive toward you, but protective of you. They are watching your relationships, your boundaries, your energy. They see where you settle, where you give too much, or where you silence your needs in fear of losing connection. In life, they may not have protected you well, but in death they do. This powerful shift that you see here, this is forgiveness. Not just between you and them, but within yourself. Forgiveness for surviving, forgiveness for not knowing how to let go, forgiveness for still hurting, forgiveness for wanting more time even now. Your loved one on the other side is saying, you do not betray me by healing. And lastly, this here isn't about rebellion against love. It's rebellion against fear. It's the moment you stop living small because loss taught you caution. It's the moment you choose life, not because the pain is gone, but because love is still present. So we look a little bit deeper, and we look here to see what else comes up to give more clarity and meaning to your message from your loved one on the other side. There is movement, transition, soul exchange, and fate. A contract that is unbroken, a connection that is still active, a love still alive. Their final message comes quietly, like someone sitting beside you, not in front of you. You were not just part of my life. You were the part my soul refused to forget. I am still with you, not as emptiness, but as love. If this reading reached you, if something in you recognized the voice behind the words, then trust it. Love doesn't vanish, it transforms. And when the world grows quiet tonight, place your hand over your heart and breathe. Because where there is grief, there was love. And where there is love, there is never truly goodbye. Before we end, I want you to sit with this moment. Not the words, not the cards, not the symbolism, just this. This strange, quiet space where something inside you remembers what the world told you to forget. Because love like yours doesn't disappear. It doesn't dissolve. It doesn't lose meaning with time. If anything, it grows louder in the places others can't hear. So let me speak to the part of you that still waits, the part that still aches, and the part that whispers their name in the dark when you're certain that no one is listening. That part of you is not broken. It's not weak. It's not behind in healing. It's human. And it's sacred. When the heart loves beyond the limits of physical existence, it doesn't seek closure. It seeks understanding, integration, and continuation. And your grief, as heavy as it feels, is not evidence of loss. It's evidence of connection, real connection, the kind souls recognize beyond flesh, beyond form, beyond endings. So if you've ever wondered, why can't I let go? Why does it still hurt? Why do I still feel them? Well, here is your answer. Because some bonds are not meant to end. They are meant to evolve. You are not grieving something that vanished. You are learning how to love someone who changed shape. They are not gone. They are just elsewhere. and elsewhere is closer than you think. Somewhere between memory and instinct, between silence and breath, between waking and dreaming, there is a place where your soul still meets theirs. A place where you don't question, a place where you don't doubt, a place where you still recognize one another. You've been there, even if you can't describe it, and they want you to know that they meet you there too. Not occasionally and not by accident, not only when you call them, but constantly, the way moonlight searches for the ocean. You are not forgotten. Not by them, not by the universe, not by whatever force draws souls back to one another across lifetimes. They are still learning you, still connected to you, still standing beside the places you hurt, not to fix you, but to witness you. Because love, real love, doesn't need resolution. It needs presence. So if you feel them in your dreams, in deja vu, in moments where time feels thin, that is not imagination. That is not wishful thinking. That is recognition. Your soul knows what your mind doubts, and their soul has never stopped answering. So take a breath, slow, deep, and gentle, and let this truth settle. You have not been walking this journey alone, not for one day, not for one heartbeat, not for one tear. You are held by memory, by love, by connection you cannot undo. And when your heart feels heavy, when grief rises uninvited, when you miss them so deeply it feels like the air disappears, whisper, whether aloud or silently, I still feel you. And somewhere beyond where your eyes can see, but not beyond where your soul can reach, you will hear, I never left. If you're ready, place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own body. Feel the life still moving through you. And repeat slowly after me or in your mind, thank you for loving me. Thank you for finding me. Thank you for still being with me. You are safe to rest, and I am safe to continue living. Not goodbye, just until the next moment we meet.